and I can speak for myself and possibly others. And Jeff, I'll be asking this question to you. When I first got out, I struggled. Um, you definitely build a camaraderie. You definitely uh, you make those connections that where it's basically a second family, right? And I know that was one thing that I struggled with for a good number of years when I first left the movement was, man, I could just easily go back just to a different faction or to a different branch, to a different organization, whatever, and get that back. Um, Ultimately, I found something to fill that void, and that's was through firefighting and other events and people that I started getting to know. So has that been a challenge, or has that thought ever crossed your mind as you transitioned out of the movement and into speaking out against
Well, you're right. It's definitely a challenge getting out, and the trajectory there is that basically your entire support network, everyone, just about everybody and it's not just in my own story, but in it's pretty common for just about all of
them? Right.
us that have been in these kind of extremist movements, whether it's far right, far left, religious extremism. It operates so much. I didn't like it at the time when
Right.
I was in the movement, when people would say it's very cult like, and it's very much cult like, and
Right.
but in that sense, excuse me, in that sense, it's very much cult like. It's very much a huge part of your life, and most of the people, for some of the people, everybody they know is in it, the family,
Right.
and so on and so forth. So you have this, you're starting over, basically. You're starting over in
Right.
so many aspects of your life, and it's a challenge, but it's well worth it in every single way,
Absolutely.
because when you're
Absolutely.
when you're involved in the movement, you feel like you're basically at war with the world.
Yes.
Everybody around you, your entire, you wake up every single day, you're, fighting for the white race, or you just have this outlook where you're constantly on the defense. You're constantly battling something that's not healthy. It's not a normal way to look at life. It's not a healthy way to look at life. So when you get out, yes, it can be a little bit of a struggle or an adjustment, but just as you had mentioned earlier, finding that thing to replace it.
Right.
For you, it was firefighting. For others, I know guys that have went into the MMA,
Sure.
different. There's all kinds of different things. It could be literally any. You could be joining a softball team.
Right.
It could
Oh,
that could
absolutely.
be it.
Absolutely, man.
So for me, it was at first, the first few months especially were really, really hard, because that was the period of time where I call it my decompression period,
Yes.
where your brain is just, you're processing all those things from the past, and you're beating yourself up over it, going, well, why did I do this?
Right.
How come I didn't see that? Why didn't I make this choice? And you're kind of, berating yourself, and you're carrying that
Oh
guilt and
yeah.
shame and all those different things. So when once you get past that, and of course, will always struggle with those different things, time and time
Absolutely.
again, but dwelling on them, or making that, dwelling on it too much, I think is unhealthy. It's not mentally healthy,
Right.
and uh, focusing on that. So for me, finding a new mission in life, because the movement was my mission. Obviously, it was the
Right.
wrong mission. Uh, it was really,
Right.
really wrong mission.
Right.
But doing the positive things that we do now with Beyond Barriers is a new mission for me, and it's something good. It actually helps people. It saves lives. It
Absolutely, it does.
prevents people from taking the path that we took. So
Right.